for where the uncle please tell us a story. And someone no I be a woman gone more. Memon some el cosu pam. You say ye Kevin Tira ebe expose a ye na papa for Adum Ocho. A ye ne sa chick once and same be near the HSO or the ebaye. A man some no I be a woman gone mo e betty a no moon some cacram. You yes say ye name say ye 24th July 2012. Yante asampa ye certain president Atta Mills asundwenye emi mempeme ho asam anope mechia wa ono so otua eye anananum ye chese bi modwo ho na ye ntia asese eba ne sen ene certain president pa etumi ewu empefumu wu ye chese beto dwane na ye bebre ne ewo ho mo na enumu ene chese nkofo ekeka sei ye na ye papa Atta Mills chese wonye ne baby ekono na chese ono ankasa nyoma senye esi kono na ya de ye na former president Mahama chese wafre ye na ye ma majors ado aka che ne se o mesra ni in na chese o medi ye na ye former president Atta Mills chese onye ne baby kono o mesra ni in na chese on take ni seat ni samle beto dwane na chese ye nsem bebre na ye na papa Atta Mills chese onye ne baby ko owu ye no na ebi mo nti ase ebi mo si owu edie nsam bi koso person ni de bebre na beto dwa efa ye na ye former president Mahama ho a enye asam ketwa na enumu ene ye nyina enim se ye Koku Anyidoho ono de na one former president Atta Mills wonye ne baby ko no ne te se ba fa ne form chese obi nko nje obi na asama sisi ano apai Uncle Queen sell us a story apai Koku Anyidoho sisi ano we yija nsam ni mu egu homo chese nsam opulugu homo no enye asam ketwa sisi ano abrewa eyi ne poma efikwen a ye na papa Koku Anyidoho a na chese ye format Atta Mills homo no ne te se ba fa ne form no ni wo no wu ye chi no Koku Anyidoho e de nsam bebre abetu dwan yanka ya ho ne yankoje nsam no nhyiremu ni wia asanso ba ebedi hu che ono so a reply ye Kevin Tira chese enya asam keso ebusanfo ebi na baka cho say Kintu TV nsam pa bi opesa woti bia no benya bieti nti mo we mfisi so be subscribe wo no ahwa so other platform no ma comment na chese obi enya asam ni bieti no ho ne yakoso e wo ma gane mo enye say Kintu TV asam ne enya aso ne de brewo yetu e bo ase hwehwemi hu sa asam we eye no kore ansa ne de abro na so onya bedi nti ka me ho na menu menua no yenkoje nsam no nhyem ni wia asanso ba ebedi ho nkomo edamanse
please tell us a story.
Ladumocho no so ba bonti be chire mu say that lady in question no eya akoye say family friend enu ntinu bibiboni bia eni but ma me no so chire mu a eya Paul Ladumocho we tuta skwa e ma Kevin Taylor so kra chire mu say owo Paul Ladumocho any the lady in question no kra no omo bonsam cartoon we ye physical one so Paul Ladumocho amanfo hwe ni mi say eye endra ni show no so no oba responding to Kevin Taylor dito Paul Ladumocho or starting us yo Catholic priest bi kra no efre ono Paul Ladumocho say Paul uni bibi me too fo na Bible mu kra no obi koji sika o kansem bia ensam fata na amafo say Paul Ladumocho no.
But let me start with a Catholic priest. Now today a Catholic priest called me, and I'm not going to mention his name because he's quite well known. And after the initial conversation, he told me a story of encouragement. He said, you know what? When Jesus Christ resurrected, the authorities in Judea hired some of the police people and other people and told them that they'll be giving money to say that the body of Jesus Christ was taken by the disciples. A story that sounds true, but it was very untrue. The circumstances of the story sounds true and plausible, but it was completely false. 2,000 years later, people are still believing that story. So he told me that that's how it works. People pay money to put somebody to say something that sounds true, but it's completely false. So that's a Catholic priest who spoke to me about that today. So I just wanted to share that with you.
So reaction when Paul Ladumocho dey about bonting. And I'm out for say David Paul, oh boy. One kasa and someone walk can have you, they Catholic priest, no. But and some are Kevin Taylor and Mahama de Babonte. So which they will say, oh, I so be a Kojiska no Bojandam. Koku Anyidoho, Ononoye former aide, NFE, head of communications, Emma President Atta Mills. I was also and our former deputy general secretary for NDC. As a Siameno Keseje, a Yakwa said, Bantemi air course between Ono, Koku Anyidoho, NFE, NDC from head to toe, Eja Edim. As a Siaso, Woko Atta Mills, Ayan the brothers now, Kadma Mills, NFE, Samuel Atta Mills, Koku Anyidoho, or Neomu a beefy the dending. So, Andra, Koku Anyidoho, Okopiemu, Ewa Paula Dumochi, ni show so. That flyer no eba bontin a man for satis or more day. Yes, Koku Anyidoho, all couple Adumochi ni show so there. Eba na sign because somewhere 2020, Koku Anyidoho, Ojina OKFM, Ochire mu se Paul Adumochi ni show no good evening Ghana no. Aye ya mutu.
Paul Adumochi o.
What is it?
Say journalist no was it Ghana when you be kura wankaze binimu. Journalist Ghana journalist no eji womo eyi womo figures free MPP headquarters.
Oh how generation way.
Minimum adwene kura ba ni team sheer madness.
As for him he's a spent force. He's one of the spent forces. He prevaricates.
Yes,
I don't want to even spend my time on him. Yeah. His program is dead and he's looking for audience. He's a spent force. I don't want to discuss him this morning. I won't waste my time on that guy because he has sat on that.
I don't watch it.
What think about him? Kwame Jano, I don't want to waste my time on him. He's a spent force. I said he has sat on that his TV program and ran me down several times. I only in us also. I won't waste my time on him this morning. He's a spent force. He's looking for audience and he's not getting the audience. Disregard him, he's a spent force.
Where 4 years ago, and someone Koku Anyidoho or can hear about Paul Adumochi, NFE, the show Good Evening Ghana. So Koku Anyidoho watch your book watching the uncompromising thoughts, leaving out national issues or call Amazon Ebusha Ubenye book ni bi ato. So enunti ena oko Paul Adumochi ni show no so or discuss and some bia e wo book ni mo NFE. Enuma ni bia amanfo expect. Na Paul Adumochi wo chirem se. Koku Anyidoho Yehu say of late, one John Dramani Mahama, a woman or boss parliament any gumbi. Nko se bi ba bonten say, then Vice President John Dramani Mahama, o 2 point. Na motorcade bi edineni, but wo Koku Anyidoho, wo stop that motorcade no. Eno no Koku Anyidoho say, oh Paul, tobo, me be chire nsem.
There was no way Koku Anyidoho could have disrespected the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana. Paul.
But we heard stories.
As for the stories plenty.
What about the motorcade that was returned from Kintampo?
Who with me?
Well, they don't know who. John Mahama was on the motorcade going to the north. He got to Kintampo and Colonel Atachi called him and said, who asked him to take the motorcade? You should come back to the castle.
Certainly not me.
But did you have any encounter with John Mahama?
Never.
So before our late former president, John Ivan Shifi Atta Mills, Obatuyana Nanom Ewo Nsiedono, allegation biso ba bonten say, then Vice President John Dramani Mahama Wafre, then Speaker of Parliament, Joyce Bamford Addo, say, oh, Atta Mills wewu. Meanwhile, not Atta Mills wewu. Any allegation about what you say, Atta Mills wewu. Emma John Dramani Mahama Wafre, then Speaker of Parliament, Joyce Bamford Addo, say, oh, unprepared say, or be swear or no John Dramani Mahama in. Nano no Koku Anyidoho, it was what you said. Sir, and you're setting the record straight.
What is this story about? Some Saturday Mills was unwell. In 2012, early rumors were that he had died. John Mahama is reported to have called Speaker Joyce Bamford Addo to tell Joyce Bamford Addo that I hear the president has passed. Can you organize parliament? The story continues that Joyce then asked Kojo Chikata, that's how are we going to do this? He said the old man is dead. Kojo said, I have not heard it. How can the old man die? I don't know. He said, well, this is what the vice president called to tell. Story continues that Kojo Chikata came to the castle to see what's happening. When he came, all of you were around Professor Mills singing praises, and Professor Mills was there. And then you were told that you asked Kojo, what is that? Kojo said, well, Speaker said, Vice President said, Papa has died. And I hear the Monday you went to John Mahama's office, it was brutal. Is it true?
I must have entered the Vice President's office not more than 4 times, all on official assignment.
So this story is not true?
Palpably false.
Did Mills have any problem on a Saturday like that?
I don't remember. I don't recall.
So that day, 24th July 2012, Atta Mills, Otu Anananum Ewonsi Adono. A man for me by Bonti Mechiremu say, oh, a yenipa ba kubi, ena omia Atta Mills, no kon, ewa castle ho. Ebisu chema, oh, even Atta Mills, that time when nipa ni miya no kon we yano, na ambulance crown, ebi ni castle ho. Driver me car almost stop here no. Or more de Atta Mills body no, L2 miss or more than 37 military hospital. That car no so na motorcade bia endienu, and inti Atta Mills. Oh, wouldn't you know, not with the traffic mo. Atta Mills or more than 37 military hospital no so no. It was children's ward no more than no quarter ye. Now, and in some way, it's been almost 12 years in it. And a Koku Anyidoho say, oh, and also one summer can. I had here or setting the record straight.
How did you hear that Mills had died?
So Tuesday morning, I was in my office, actually, working on some speech that he was supposed to deliver at a public function. Because I used to write all his speeches. Name them. State of the Nation.
Was he traveling on Tuesday?
Well, I got to know. I didn't know before, but I got to know later, yes, that actually he was going to leave for Nigeria that Tuesday morning.
Okay.
So I was in my office when a security man came banging on my door. They've taken the old man away. They're taking the old man. I said, Charlie, I will like it.
Wole from where?
So, apparently he was carried, stretchered.
From where?
From his room.
A castle.
At the castle. Into the
room
ambulance.
Or office?
No, not from the office. The residence.
The residence. And put in what kind of car?
Of course, that's that one in an ambulance.
With motorcade was there?
Motorcade medic. So that's, even at the point they said I carried him in the boot of my vehicle.
Okay, so the motorcade drove him to 37.
Yeah, they drove him to 37.
In a normal presidential.
Oh yeah, that one.
So those stories are not true.
They are not true.
Thank you.
They are not
Very
true.
happy
I mean, no, they are not true. I mean, a sitting president, definitely there will be motorcade. The ADC joined.
So he didn't come to the office at all that day?
No, he didn't come to the office at all that day.
Was at a residence?
It was a residence. Yeah. And of course, the stories abound. His son says he had lunch with him. A sister is supposed to have gone there. All those other stories, that is their story.
You didn't see anything?
No, I didn't.
So you were in your office?
I was in my office.
Okay.
And so now we went to 37 and he was declared officially dead around
2 o'clock.
Yeah, 1:32 or thereabout.
What happened thereafter?
When I got to 37, because like I'm saying, the motorcade left, the security man came to inform me, so I now had to rush to 37. So I got there. And when I got there, of course, I saw Colonel Lawson.
He was with him?
Yeah.
When you got to 37, what happened?
So I got to 37, and once I arrived, I was ushered into the ICU, the intensive care unit. So the story that he went to a maternity ward is also not true. Children's ward is not true. He went to the ICU, and he had commissioned the ICU maybe 2-3 months before that. Okay. And it was a double commissioning he did when he went to 37 at the time. The ICU and the refurbished mortuary.
Oh, wow.
And as fate will have it.
That's interesting.
As fate will have it.
From the ICU,
he went to the mortuary. He went to the mortuary. Oye papa, oye fa.
So, when you were leaving 37...
So when I went to 37, I was ushered into the ICU. And then there was the lifeless body of the president. They removed the cloth.
The white.
And so they up to maybe the navel.
So you saw his face?
I saw his face. I saw his upper body. And as I stood there watching the lifeless body of the president,